Hi guys, Robbie here, and in this lesson I'm going to discuss sort of basic theory and guitar setup really, and pretty much going to discuss all the sort of main notes like your CD. I'm not going to discuss flats or sharps in this lesson. I'm just going to discuss your main sort of note, the A, pretty much A to G really, from here to the octave. I'm going to do this on your 5th string and your 6th string. I'm going to do this all the way along, and I'm going to discuss pretty much the way the guitar is tuned. And if you didn't know already, the guitar is tuned more for convenience rather than to make sense. So that's how it can be a little bit awkward if you try to get your theory down and everything like that. It could be a little bit of a headache. Well, anyway, I'm going to start by discussing the 6 strings now, and just to update it. When I'm talking about strings, this is a 6, and this is the first, the high and the low E, right? Just so we're clear on that. Sometimes people don't explain things clear enough, and you can get a bit, what's he talking about? Right. Well, anyway, so if you put your finger on the 5th fret, right, this is a good way of knowing if your guitar's tuned as well. If you put your finger there, this note here is an A, exact same as the one on the 5th string. And this also applies for D, is the same as an open D, or the 4th string there. So an open 4th string and the 5th fret on the 5th string are the same. And yep, you guessed it, this applies for here as well. So this is a G, which is also the same name of this string here. Your 1st fret string up is also a G as well. And this is where it creates the octaveness, especially when it comes to looking at chords and that. But the 4th fret is a B, which is the same as the 2nd string. So this is your B string, this little thin, the 2nd string there, that little thin one there. Now you go back to the 5th, and this is an E. And that gives you all the strings. So so the 1st string at the bottom is an E, 2nd string is a B, next string is a G, next one's a D, next one's an A, and this big chunky one at the top is an E. Right, and you might ask, well, before I start talking about the notes of these top 2 strings, well, why is that important? Well, this helps you locate chords, understand scales. And without knowing at least these 2 strings, you'll probably never get a really proper grasp on theory. I'm not saying you can get really good without theory, but it just helps you get better quicker if you understand the theory and pretty much the concepts, location of bar chords, major and minor chords. And well, anyway, but enough of that. Let's get talking about the strings. So I'm going to start on the A string, the 5th string here. I'm going to start this. This goes. I'm just going to say the numbers first, then I'm going to say the notes. Okay, so this is open, so 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret, 12th fret. So I'll do that again. So it's open, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret, 12th fret. So, and now this I'm going to say the letters this time. So it's A, B 2nd fret, C 3rd fret, D 5th fret, E 7th fret, F, which goes right next to the E, there's no sort of space. So E is 8th fret, then F is 8th fret, and G is the 10th fret, and back to A again. So that's well, even just knowing that sounds quite cool if you can use it in the right context. But anyway, so I'll discuss the top string now. So this goes E, F, G, which, lo and behold, look, there's your G chord. So your root, that may explain that for you. And I'll start again on the 5th string as well. You know that's a C? There's your C. they're on the root position chords. Don't always go by that. Just because the top string says, you know, the name of the top string doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be the name of the chord. Well, anyway, so it goes F. So in fact, I'll say what number it is first. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12. So that's 1. So that's open is E, 1 is F, 3 is G, 5th is A, 7th is B, and B and C are also right next to each other. So there's your C, D, which is the 10th, and 12th is your E again, the octave, which is also the handy thing about knowing this top string. So if you know this is an F, on the high at the bottom, that's also an F. This is a G, this is a G, this is a C in the 8th. That's a C, so every note is the same on the top two strings. And just try and work on the A probably mainly at the start, because it's easy to seek in. What you need to remember as well is it always is B, C, B, C, B, C, and it goes E, F, E, F. So you go E, F, G, A, E, F, G, A. And even then you can kind of use that in context once you sort of learn a little bit about the chords and that. But I'll kind of show you now so you can go. You go into Stairway to Heaven. But anyway, it's kind of, you know what I mean, when you do that sort of thing, like, once you get a bit quick at it and once you remember where those notes are, that's the most important thing, remember where notes are. But even doing that kind of grabs people's attention. You know, if you're not very good and you don't know how to do a lot of technical stuff, if you learn to do that, you know, get people's attention, get maybe people looking and saying, oh, what's this guy, he must know a little bit, you know, and get you a little bit of attention. Which if you're into that sort of thing, or if you're just a bedroom player or whatever, you know, it's just work on the notes. But if you like, want to go to a party or that, maybe impress a few ladies and that, you can do that sort of thing. But if either way, it's very important to learn that for theory purposes in the later days, for locating your bar chords and, you know what I mean, your major chords. It'll really help you. I'm going to show you once I'm going to discuss the major scale, which is, if you notice, is very similar. I'm going to start with a C major scale the next lesson, and I'm going to discuss the applications of that. But as well, just to recap on a way you can kind of see when I went down the strings earlier, I probably should have said this at the start, but you know how I said you kind of go to the 4th, to the B, to the 2nd string. Well, here's a good way to visualise that. If you go at this chord here, which is a basic triad, and then if you move that down, you've got to compensate for that. That's, you know, if you play that, that's not the same chord. You've got to compensate, so you've got to always move this one up one. See what I mean? Now it's the same chord. So here we go again. You know, drop it down. And if you drop that down again, you've got to compensate, because remember this string, this one's here, so when you put that finger there, you've got to move that finger up. You see, that's the same sort of phrasing almost, or sort of voicing. It's the same sort of sound to the ear. So that's another way of working out reasons why chord shapes look one way up here and a complete different way down there. That's just people usually compensating for the way the guitar is tuned. Well, anyway, I hope this lesson's helped you out. Again, I'm going to be updating our lesson. Next one's going to be in the major scale. Eventually getting to bar chords and stuff like that. And hopefully open up the fretboard for you. In fact, I think the next lesson I'll discuss octave shapes. I think that's probably a good one to do. I'll discuss how to find any note anywhere using octave shapes to really help you out. This will help you out once you learn the major scale. In fact, I might do the major. I'm not unsure what to do first. The major scale, octave shapes. It'll be one or the other anyway. I hope you have a good weekend like I'm having. Well, anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you liked this video, send a like, give me a like. If you liked it, give me a sub. Anyway, thanks very much for watching.